From Ashtanga, what you do, arms down like that, right? And then step back. No jumping? Okay. I've been making people jump. Namaste, everyone. Welcome to another flow class practice. On the mat this week is our resident Ashtanga teacher, Linda Lu. Linda Lu is a very active person. Outside of teaching Ashtanga, she also is a swimming instructor. She teaches SUP yoga. Very, very active person. The theme of twisty hips. A very beautiful sequence that is going to really work on opening up our hips. Feel free to incorporate a small meditation at the start and conclude with a nice long Shavasana at the end to take it into a 60-minute practice. So we're going to start today with a few stretches that will help you prepare your hips for the sequence. Start by lifting the left knee up towards your chest. Good. Clasping the hands behind the knee. As you pull the knee towards the shoulder, lengthen the right leg downwards. And stay connected with that lengthening feeling throughout the entire spine, from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Good. Next, like a happy baby posture, can you then hold the foot with both your hands clasping and keep the knee outside of the body. Now pull downwards. Trying to bring that left knee down, all the way down to the mat on the side of your body. As you do so, avoid your right sitting bone leaving the mat. Good. Next, let's pick up the right leg, bring the knee up, and then crossing the left ankle over the right knee in the figure 4 position. Left ankle over the right knee. Yes. Okay. With your hands clasped underneath the thigh or the shin, take the next few moments pulling that right knee close to the body. Again, working on giving your left hip a beautiful stretch. Few breaths here. And that will do. Let's switch sides now, lengthening the left leg downwards and keeping the right knee tucked towards the chest, interlacing the fingers behind that right knee. As you pull towards the right shoulder, mindful to maintain the lengthening of the left leg downwards. Good. Again, clasping the foot with your hands in a half happy baby posture. Ensure the knee is on the outside of the body as you pull downwards to deepen the hip flexion. Staying stable in this pose is to avoid your left sitting bone leaving the mat. And when you're ready, left leg lift for another figure 4 position. Crossing the right ankle over the left knee. Clasping the hands behind knee or thigh and pulling that left leg in close to the body, giving a stretching of your right hip. We stay in this position for the next few breaths. And that will do. Release gently. Bring both knees to the chest. Hold the knees with your hands. Do a gentle rocking motion, bringing yourselves up and forwards to a tabletop pose, a hands and knees position. In the tabletop, you have the palms flat and shoulder width distance underneath your shoulders, and the knees go underneath your hips. So from here, connecting now with your breath. Inhale as you lift your chin, lift your tailbone. Good. Exhale as you round the back, drop the chin down with the tailbone between your legs. Again with the breath, inhale and arch your body. Good. Exhale, rounding the back. Inhale, regulate your breath with the Ujjayi, the constriction of the muscles in the throat, the firmness and the regulation. On the exhale, rounding the back again with Ujjayi, taking your time to breathe as you move and move as you breathe. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Again, inhale, arch your body, find the length and the openness. Good, the deep inhale. And this time, exhale takes you back to child's pose position. Exhale, rock the body back, child's pose. Work with your breathing. Inhale again, rocking forwards to cow pose with the arching of your spine from hands and knees. And exhale back to child's pose position. Okay, one more round. Inhale, rock forward and arch your body. This time, curl the toes under the feet. Exhale as you rock back to child's pose. Lift the knees off the mat and send them as wide apart as possible. If you need to, walk the hands further back towards your feet. Good, you are trying to bring the head towards the feet in this position while maintaining length. You are actively trying to pull the knees wide apart. And from here, rock forwards again and arch your body from tabletop. Inhale, closing the legs. Exhale, opening the legs again, working with your breath, breathing as you move. Good. Again, inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, knees wide apart for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. One more breath. Inhale, your deepest, longest breath. Good. And exhale with the knees wide apart. Next, inhale, you can start to lift yourself up to your first downward facing dog from this position, closing the knees, lifting the hips, sending your thighs back, finding the appropriate distance between the hands and the feet. Taking a moment here, paddling it out left and right, heels and toes. With one knee straight, opposite leg bent, switching and switching. Good, then come up and tiptoes, both feet straight, legs finding the lift of your tailbone, the spread of your sit bones. Exhale with both heels down to the mat to find Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. With your gaze directed at the knees or the navel, follow the breath, maintaining this pose. Good, every inhale to broaden across your ribcage in 4 directions. Every exhale pulling navel inwards towards your spine, you create firmness then in lower belly, pelvic floor. Next inhale, left foot, right foot, stepping to the front of the mat in a halfway lift. Exhale, forward bend, we come down, belly towards thigh, chest towards knee, and chin towards chin. Good, rising up to standing position, give the arms a big beautiful stretching upwards, following with your gaze. And exhale down to the heart center, the hands in the place where the inhale meets the exhale. Okay, so Linda, I have something very special for you today. We're going to start with sun salutation bees, following the Ashtanga tradition. Would you like that? Okay. So, Samastitihi, arms down the length of your body, equal, front and back, left and right. Ekam inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Beautiful. Dve, exhale, forward bend to Uttanasana. Trini, inhale, looking up, find length in the body. Chatwari, walk back, left foot, right foot, or jump back, Chaturanga. Good. Pancha, inhale, open chest and shoulders. Shat, exhale, straight spine and grounding the heels. Sapta, right foot forward, warrior 1. Good, squaring the hips. Asto, hands down, step back, elbows bent. Nava, inhale to an upward facing dog. And Dasa, downward facing dog. Yekadesha, warrior one from the left leg. Good. Dwadesha, step back to Chaturanga Dandasana. Triyodesha, upward facing dog. And Chatodesha to downward facing dog. Breathe with the Ujjayi. Good. Maintaining your visual discipline, which is your Dristi. 5 breaths to connect with the lengthening with every inhalation. And with the exhale, you are rooting down to the 4 corners of both your hands and both your feet. Next, inhale, Shodesha, walk forward, jump forward, float forward. Saptodesha, forward bend. Astodesha, chair pose, Utkatasana. And coming back to Samastitihi. Okay, now let's forget about that. Hands to the hips and step out to face the side of your mat. Step to the left so that we see you. Okay, there you go. So keep the feet parallel with each other and the distance of your feet about 1 leg. Take a breath in. Inhale, look up, elbows back, open chest, open shoulders. Exhale, fold from the hip. Let's come down. Beautiful. And now place your hands on the mat underneath the shoulders, stack them. Take a breath in, look up and lengthen the body. Beautiful. On the exhale, start to walk the hands down in line with your toes. And guide the crown of the head down as close to the mat as we can. Good. Prasarita, Padottanasana. Guided by your breath. More lengthening with every inhalation and the depth of your stretch on the exhale. That'll do. Both hands to the hips to rise back up halfway to ensure that there is no nausea or giddiness. Next inhale takes you all the way back up again. Beautiful. Extend the arms out. Let's do a triangle pose. Turn the left foot out. Exhale, dropping the left hip, reaching the left arm forwards, and then the left hand comes down to the ankle, shin or touch the mat, right arm open. Following with Dristi or gaze, can just be with your eyes. Only turn the head upwards if the neck is comfortable. Good. Find the option that suits and is comfortable for your neck. So being of the Ashtanga Yoga tradition, Lindadu here is grabbing her big toe. If you feel game to try this, as you grab your big toe, a movement of as if you were trying to pick your foot off the mat, active in this way, making the pose just a little bit more challenging, but also a lot more turned on. That'll do. Inhale back up again. Left foot in, right foot out. Exhale, dropping the right hip as you reach the right arm forward, and the right hand comes down, ankle, shin, touch the mat, or if you were a crazy Ashtangi, grabbing the big toe and trying to pull the leg upwards gently. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and that'll do. Inhale, rising back up again. Exhale, you can lower the arms down and step back to the front of your mat in Samastitihi. Good. Inhale, arms up. Beautiful. Exhale, forward bend. Let's bring it down. Take a halfway lift. Inhale. Simply stepping the right foot back with the left foot forward. Exhale, high lunge pose. Inhale, up. Beautiful. We go to Warrior 2 on the exhale, arms extending, back heel grounding. Beautiful. Reversing the Warrior. Inhale. Left arm up and allow the right hand to slide down your back leg. Now find a side angle pose. Exhale, left elbow against the knee, or the option of coming down to the mat. And then with the right arm, continuing a straight line from your back leg. Next, inhale, reverse this Warrior. Inhale, rise up the right arm. Good. Okay, place both hands down to the mat and step back your feet, plank pose position. Vinyasa is optional if you wish. Elbows bent for Chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. And back to down dog. Exhale. Good. Can we come up on tiptoes? Inhale. Bring knees to chest, looking forwards. Exhale. Next, inhale, stepping to the front, left foot, right foot, or you hop forwards. And exhale, forward bending. Good. Rise up to standing, give the arms a big, beautiful stretching upwards. And bring the hands down to the mat. Exhale, forward bend. Come all the way down. Take a halfway lift. Inhale. And stepping the left foot back. Exhale. Good. Rising up to a high lunge pose. Inhale, open the chest, open the shoulders. And turn outwards to warrior two. Exhale, facing the camera. Good. Reversing the warrior. Inhale. And side angle pose. Exhale, come down. Extending the top arm forwards, finding that length, creating stability with your breath. One more reverse warrior. Inhale, rise up. Good, and have both hands come down to the mat to step your way back to plank pose position. Elbows bent, vinyasa to downward facing dog. Good. And those of you watching this, if you wish to just come directly to down dog, that is also perfectly fine. So from downward dog, can you lift your left leg up to three-legged dog? Inhale, swinging the foot up and over the body with control to gain that length in the front and sides of your body. Swinging that foot up and over to the right. Yes. Okay. Good. On the exhale, try to bring that left knee forwards to try touching your left shoulder. Left knee, left shoulder. Good. Now set your left foot down. In the left corner of the mat, you are arriving in a lizard pose. Lizard pose. Good. Your back knee can be resting on the mat or back leg straight. Good. So the next transition is to slowly lift your way up to a side plank variation, Vashisthasana number 2. Take the option though, if you wish, to be resting your back knee down on the mat. This will make it less intense transition. Or if you wish, your back knee is lifted. So find the option that is comfortable for your body. Next, ensure that the right palm on the mat is flat and the arm straight with the shoulder braced and stable. And then using that left hand, you grab the big toe of the left foot with the peace fingers and thumb. Okay. As you swing that left leg upwards, start from a tuck position. Let's try. Left leg swing up with the knee bent. And just focus on opening your hip. Good. And then if that feels comfortable, straighten out that leg as best as you can. Very nice. Very beautiful. Now focus on that top leg extending, moving backwards to find more openness in your hip. With the breath we hold here. Good. Very nice. And exhale, can you start to fold it into a half lotus position? Half lotus is optional. Those of us that are not yet able to be comfortable in a half lotus can just do a tree pose variation of setting the foot to the inner thigh. So perhaps this could turn into a Kasyapasana, which means that with your left hand reaching behind the body to bind your lotus foot. Beautiful. Again, either you can do this on your knee, like what Linda is doing, or you might even try with straight leg for an even bigger challenge. So that half lotus knee, you try to bring back as far back as possible, and you maintain the firmness in the foundation arm. Staying with the breath we hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently now release. Place both hands down to the mat. Set your left foot forward to where it came from. Lizard pose position again. Good. Very nice, Linda. Okay, bring it back to three-legged dog. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, coming forward to plank, and you have the option here to do a vinyasa or again a downward facing dog. Good. From down dog pose. Now lift your right leg. Again, three-legged dog. Right leg in the air and with the knee bent, swinging the foot like a pendulum all the way up and over to the left side of your body. Gain the length in the front and sides of your body. Beautiful. Exhale with the right knee, trying to touch the right shoulder. Good. Set the right foot down on the mat in front of you to the corner and choose to stay here with a straight back leg. or lower the back knee downwards. Taking a few moments here, stretching out your hips in a lizard pose, and as you do so, starting to set yourself up so you have a firm and stable foundation on the left palm. And perhaps those of us that are uncomfortable in our wrists can also consider coming down to the left forearm. That is always the option available if you have uncomfortable wrists. And of course, if that left knee on the mat can also level the practice according to the intensity your body needs. Now holding the big toe with the peace fingers and thumb of the right hand, inhale, swing it up first in a bent leg position and just focus on the opening of the hips. Beautiful. Next, inhale to fully extend that leg upwards. Take your time, no rush. If it doesn't extend, keep it bent. Perfectly fine. Good. You were trying to swing the leg outwards and backwards as you send the hip forwards in the opposite direction, and creating a beautiful stretching of your inner legs and maybe even the hamstrings. Stay with the breath we hold here. Good. Next is Kasyapasana, folding it into a half lotus or with the option of just doing a tree pose. Good. Clasping the foot and staying with the breath. Keep moving the right knee back, back and back. Chest open, shoulders open. Beautiful. We stay for one more breath. So together, inhale, broad chest. And exhale, both hands down to the mat, uncrossing the leg to set the right foot forwards again to the corner, coming back to where we came from. Beautiful. Step back, three-legged dog, inhale, exhale, rocking the body forwards, doing one vinyasa, or just taking the option to come to downward facing dog. So the left leg, Linda, let's lift that up to three-legged dog and swing the leg up and over again. And can you take this into a Wow Thing pose? Gently lift the left hand off the mat as you set the left foot down behind you. Inhale, hip high, chest open and reach. Your left arm reaching for the front of the mat. Keep the hip high and chest open. Good. Few breaths to expand into the outward curve. Ensure that your right palm always stable. And flip it back to plank. Send your left knee forwards so that you come down to a pigeon pose. Good. Let's stay a few breaths here, just arranging our lower body. Ensure that we have a good and stable alignment. So for your initial pigeon practice, you can keep your left heel closer to your hips so that it doesn't feel like so much of a hip opening. Keeping the hip squared is to actively pull the left hip back as you bring the right hip forwards. Ensure that your back leg, which is parallel to the long side of the mat, has the knee pointing downwards and not out to the side. And feel the body, ensuring that you have that same lengthening feeling on both sides in the body. Means that your hips are level, squared and in a good position. Otherwise, use a block underneath the left sitting bone to support your practice. Good. So reaching back with the right hand, lifting the back foot off the mat. See if you can catch the ankle of the foot. And you can just stay here, or perhaps you want the foot going into the crook of the elbow for a mermaid pose. And you can clasp the hands in front of the body, or like Linda Lu, perhaps you want to clasp behind the head. Next, again, try to maintain the lengthening of both sides of the body. The right side tends to shorten a little bit in this pose. Prevent that from happening by sending the right shoulder forward, bringing the left shoulder back, even finding more grounding on the right hip, trying to bring it downwards. Good. And then on the next exhale, slowly release without dropping the back leg, please. Prepare for a reclining pigeon pose. Back leg coming down to the mat slowly. Good. Now face the mat and walk the arms forward. Before you come down fully reclining, can you sneak the left heel forwards a little bit more? So now you want more of a hip openings. On the exhale, go ahead, walk your way forwards and come down with the chest resting over your shin, or as close to the mat as the body allows you to go. Take the next few breaths here, just creating that beautiful hip opening on the left leg. Okay. Lift yourself back up to a halfway lift position. Inhale, chest is proud. Now with the left elbow, trying to bring it towards your left foot. See if you can rest the left elbow in the sole of the left foot. Good. Now try to bring the hands together and inhale like a prayer twist, trying to lift the heart upwards towards your hands, lifting the heart up until the thumbs touch the center of your chest. As you twist like this, try to stay with the alignment of the hips. Good. So avoid leaning into that left sitting bone too much. Stay squared. And those of us that wish, if we can go deeper into this beautiful twist and hip opening stretch, you can take the option of bringing the foot higher up towards the tricep or the foot towards your shoulder even. Wow, Linda, that's very, very open. Very nice. So stay with the breath and keep lifting the heart upwards. Maintain length in your spine. Maintain stability in the body. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2. And that'll do. Untwist slowly. Bring the hands down. And take your time to move your way back to downward facing dog. Good. Downward facing dog, maybe paddling out the feet left and right, heels and toes, until your spine feels comfortable and ready to move again. Good. Right leg, inhale up and over. Exhale, set the foot down behind the body, right hand lift. Inhale, hip high, chest open. Reach with the right arm for the front of your mat for Waltzing pose, Kamatkarasana. Good, that is a beautiful wild thing. Stay with the breath, create openness in the body. And that'll do. Flip it back to plank pose to send the right shin forwards to the front of your mat in a pigeon pose. Good. Take a few moments to arrange your hips. Everything feeling comfortable, your hips level, squared and even, left and right side feeling equal, back leg in the proper alignment. Good. Then reach back with your left hand to see if mermaid pose is accessible to you today. Those of us that wish might just be holding on to that back foot. Or if you can, bring the foot to the crook of the elbow. Clasping can happen in front of the body, or like Linda, perhaps behind the head, opening chest, opening shoulders. Stay with the breath, maintain length in both sides of your body. Good. Take a few breaths to open the chest. And that'll do. Release without dropping the back leg, please. Back leg comes down behind you, both hands forward in front of you. Slowly, slowly before you walk forward, perhaps you want the shin more parallel this time to the front of your mat. Good, deepening the stretch on your right hip and reclining. Let's come down with the next exhale. Beautiful. And that'll do. Rise up to a halfway lift. Inhale. And twisting to the left. Exhale, elbow to the foot. Hands together. Inhale now. Try to lift the heart upwards. Stay with the breath. Maintain length in the body. Create that beautiful stretching of your hip as you twist. Good. Beautiful. So we were here a few breaths. Let's check now if the body has given us space to bring ourselves deeper into the pose. If that is so, then try bringing the foot higher to the tricep or to the shoulder. And again, leverage yourself open with the inhale. And stay lifted and active in the body for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release. Take your time now. Both palms down. Front leg moving back gently to a downward facing dog. Beautiful. Again, lift your left leg up to 3-legged dog. Inhale. Sending the shin forward for another pigeon pose. Left shin down to the mat. Exhale. Okay, here is a challenge. Lifting the hands off the mat, finding the stability in your hips, hands off the mat. See if you can slowly swing the right leg forwards in front of you. Nice. And the right leg lift as straight as possible. And then clasping the foot with the hands, go ahead. Kramchasana. Heron pose. Inhale, look upwards, lifting the chin, opening the throat. Almost you can gaze at the back of the room in this position if you can maintain the balance. Try to close the distance between the belly and the thigh. If straightening the leg gives you discomfort in the hamstrings or in the lower back, then keep the knees slightly bent is fine. Okay, next challenge, release the foot with your hands, extending forward, taking it into Ardha Navasana, half boat pose. Now opposite leg joins this leg, and your job here is to maintain a straight spine, which is your top priority. That means if you need to, practice this pose with your knees bent and the shins parallel to the mat. But if like Linda Lu, you are really strong, maintain straight legs, also straight spine. We hold. For one more breath, inhale. Try to bring the belly closer towards your thigh. Try to lift the chest upwards towards the ceiling. And that'll do. Exhale, crossing the legs, have the hands come down to the mat in front of you and step back to downward facing dog or do a vinyasa. Good. Right leg, inhale up. Exhale, bringing the shin down to the mat. Pigeon pose. Inhale as you rise up, take the hands off the mat, no support allowed. Exhale, left leg come forward slowly, slowly with control. Good, the mobility in your hips. And then lengthen the left leg upwards as you catch the foot with your hands for Kramchasana. Inhale, look upwards, opening the chest, opening the throat. Stay with the breath. Find the lengthening of the top leg, find the angle in the top leg. Make your appropriate modification if required. Good for the safety of your hamstrings. Explore this pose for a few more breaths. Okay. Good. Navasana, boat pose. Take your time, no rush. Release that foot. Keep the leg there. No dropping. Spine straight, lift chest. Shoulders pulled back into their sockets. Arms parallel with the mat. Right knee lift. With the left leg, thighs hugging inwards. Practice this with your knees bent or legs straight. Your choice, your option. Find an appropriate modification. 5, 4, good. 3, 2, stay on your sit bones, not on your tailbone. One last breath, inhale. Exhale, cross the legs, hands down to the mat. Find your transition back to downward facing dog. Oh, in Ashtanga transition. Okay. Good. So lifting that left leg up again, inhale. And on the exhale, left knee to the chest. Left leg up on the inhale, left leg only. Exhale, left knee to the chest. And setting the left foot down in the corner of the mat for a lizard pose again. Okay. Extend the left arm forwards. Extending left arm forward. See if you can lift your right leg, which is your back leg. Lift off the mat slowly and tuck that knee into the body. And then extending the right foot forwards in a half squatting position. Catch the foot with your left hand. Good. Extend the leg. And see if you want to stay here, or if you wish, this is an opportunity to try standing up in a pistol squat. You can use your right hand to support the lift. Very strong, Linda. Exhale, slowly come down where you came from, developing the negative. Coming down with control. Hiya. Beautiful. Beautiful. And then from here we can sit down. Let's sit down, keeping the right leg extending in front of you. Okay, so left ankle, cross over the right knee, the same figure 4 position you did at the start of the class, bending the right leg. Good. From this position, again, try to find your twist. This is your left elbow supporting against the sole of the left foot. As you do so, you can use the right hand on the mat behind you to support a straight spine. Every few breaths, you check to see if the foot can lift higher, higher up, from the elbow to the tricep, from the tricep perhaps going into the shoulder. And here, if you can, you hold the inside of the right foot with your left hand to see if you can leverage yourself deeper into this twist. deeper into this hip opening. Good. So you have your left foot as high up into either the elbow, the tricep, or the upper arm as possible. Go ahead and use your toes to gyap your tricep to try to lock the foot in place. Good. With both hands down to the mat on the right side of your body now. Supporting in like a Chaturanga Dandasana position as you come up to a squatting position. Come up squatting, Linda. Good. There you go. Keep the foot in the tricep. Hug those elbows inwards and try to lift the hips up higher. Slowly lean forward. Slowly lean forward. Take your time, no rush. Your bottom leg is used to keep the foot in place as well. Now, you can have the option to stay here. Or, if you wish, bring the top or bring the bottom foot off the mat to find your tuck balance. Your tuck variation of grasshopper pose. 5, 4, 3, perhaps even extending the leg for 2. And 1. That was good, Linda. That was beautiful. Okay, very challenging is the arm balance. So releasing the body. Good. And go back to the initial position. So you have your figure 4 with the right knee bent. From here, then can we also start to practice what is called the yogi stick pose. Also called the yogi dandasana pose. So again, twisting to bring the elbow to the foot and trying to deepen to bring the tricep to the foot, and maybe the foot going all the way up towards the armpit. The foot in a very good position, then you are going to start to use that left arm to wrap around the leg, avoiding the right knee, wrap over the knee, and see if your left hand, like what Linda is doing, can hold the left thigh from the inside. There you go. So once you have bound, then slowly drop the left knee down to the mat. Swing the right knee forwards. Good. Yogi Dandasana. Take a few breaths here, experiencing the beautiful opening of your left hip. Yogi Dandasana does not mean that you need to have the foot all the way to the armpit in order to achieve the pose, like what Linda is doing. At the very least, the foot to the tricep is good enough to help you enter. Now release slowly the body. Good. Again, cross the legs, place the hands down on the mat, and take your way back to downward facing dog. Perhaps you do a vinyasa. Beautiful. And from downward facing dog, lifting the right leg up, inhale. And bring knee to the chest, exhale. And with the foot in the corner of the mat, preparing yourself first from a lizard pose. Okay, right arm extend forward. And the left leg lift up, inhale. Left knee to a tuck, exhale. Left foot forwards, catch the foot with the right hand. Inhale, extend, root down to the four corners of the right foot. With the next inhale, challenge yourself to stand up in this position as an option, working your strong legs, working your balance. Good. On the exhale, again with balance, slowly come down with control all the way to the mat again. Very strong, very beautiful, Linda. Good. And we sit down. Now cross your right leg over the left leg and bending your left knee to form your figure 4 position. Good. Twist to the left with the right elbow against the right foot. Take the next few breaths here. Good. Every few breaths check to see if the foot can lift up slightly higher. From the elbow to the tricep. From the tricep, perhaps going all the way up to the armpit today. Foot to armpit. Foot to tricep. Or just stay at the elbow. So the next transition, a bare minimum requirement is that you have that foot against the elbow or tricep. Curl the toes around the tricep to try locking it into place. Place both hands to the mat now on the left side. Stay hugging the elbows close and your broad shoulders. Lift up the hips from a squatting position. And see if you can slowly lean forward into this pose to find a balance. You can keep the back toes touching the mat, or, like Linda, lifting the back foot up to find a tuck variation of the grasshopper pose, Maxi Kaganasana. Final option, if you are strong, you will throw in to try to extend the leg. But if your body not yet ready, stay tucked or stay with the foot down. Good, and release slowly. Let's bring it down the same way we came up. Beautiful, very challenging, very challenging. Oh, good. Yogi Dandasana. Again, keeping the foot to the opposite knee. Again, finding your twist. And see if the right arm wrapping by bringing the hand downwards in an inward rotation is able to hold your right thigh. Good. 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 Opening up that front leg. Stay resting on the right. Connect with your breath. Allow that beautiful hip opening to happen in your body. Maintain a healthy lengthening of your spine. Stay active to support your spine in this pose. Don't allow any hip opening to result in compression of the vertebrae or rounding of your back. And that'll do. Beautiful practice. Slowly release. And let's come down to child's pose. So using the openness created in our hips today to see if we can lift up to a Salamba Sirasasana, supported headstand. Go ahead, clasp the elbows with your hands to find the shoulder width distance. And once you find the appropriate positioning for the elbows, hands clasped together, you have the option to open the palms or keep them closed. Crown of the head now comes down to the mat. Beautiful, supporting the back of the head with your hands. Lift your knees up off the mat. Good, and in this position, if you just wish to stay here, this is an Ardha Salamba Sirasasana, a half headstand. Perfectly fine to stay with the toes touching the mat. But if you have created lightness in the feet by managing to stack the hips over the shoulders, slowly bring your way up to the full expression. One leg at a time or both legs together. Tucking your way up or with straight legs like what Linda is doing. Good. Now connect with your breath. Ensure for the safety of your neck that you are taking the weight strongly on the forearms. Don't allow yourself to collapse into the crown of your head. Strong shoulders can also be facilitated by hugging the elbows inward slightly and extending strongly through the sides of your body. Good. Also hug the legs inwards and lengthen the toes upwards so that you are actively creating length from the foundation. Good. So you either have the feet on the mat, you might be maintaining a tuck position, or you have the legs fully extended. Those of us that have our legs fully extended, shall we try to lower down 90 degrees in Urdhva Dandasana. Again, from the Ashtanga tradition. Beautiful. We try to take the legs down parallel with the mat. 5, 4, 3, 2, and gently release down to a child's pose. Take your time, no rush, without dropping the body, please. Perfect. Very nice, Linda. Very beautiful. So stay with the head down on the mat. Ensure no nausea, giddiness, or lightness in the head. Beautiful. Take the next few moments just rocking the head gently side to side, giving length to the neck again. Good. The neck feeling nice and comfortable. Then slowly rise up to a kneeling pose. And from your kneeling position, extend both feet forwards on the mat in front of you. Prepare for a Matsyasana, a fish pose. So 2 breaths to enter our fish pose today. First, we tuck the fingertips underneath the sit bones. Inhale, open the chest, bring elbows together behind the body. Exhale, slowly lower the elbows down to the mat behind you. Elbows bent. Good. Next, inhale again with the elbows on the mat. Open chest, look up. And the next exhale touches the head to the mat behind you. Take the next few breaths now, maintaining the lift in your chest. This might mean the buttocks sliding up towards the forearms. Good. Stay grounding on the hips, the forearms. Stay light on the crown of the head, light on the heels of the feet. Thighs hugging inwards, toes extending. Last few moments of your practice. Good. Exhale, slowly release. Walking the arms out from underneath the body. Separating the arms, separating the legs from the body. Arms and legs then spread comfortably wide with the toes outwards, heels inwards, palms facing upwards, and your eyes gently closing to arrive now. Savasana. Final relaxation, giving rest to your body. Beautiful. So thank you very much for joining our practice today. This was a really challenging practice, but we had a lot of fun incorporating bits of the Ashtanga practice into this flow. Stay safe, continue to practice with joy in the body and peace in the heart. Namaste. Thank you.